Look at this guy's books here. Liliana's books.
Put that away. Welcome to my home, stranger. Whatever brings you here, know that the Langfords were always known for hospitality, even in times like these. Sit down. Have a drink with me.
Thank you, I didn't expect that.
This is precisely what you should expect from the Langfords. This place has seen better days, sure. Used to be full of people. Now no one bothers. Not since things turned sour. But it's still mine. I was born here, and I'll die here. Let those damn Camelosians try and drag me out. That said, do you have anything we could drink?
Here. Mead.
Finally! Someone with proper manners. Everyone else around here just takes and takes. I've nearly forgotten what kindness feels like. But never mind all that. Come, sit, feel at home. What's the word out there? Still cheering and selling cabbages while the world rots beneath their feet?
What happened to your family?
They happened to themselves. Misfortune, betrayal, weakness. By the time it all landed on me, the gold was gone and the doors were already closing. And somehow I'm the one everyone points at.
You don't seem to like Camelosians very much.
The Camelosians? Upstarts and pretenders, the lot of them. And now they strut about, issuing orders about the weirdness coming. Convenient excuse to drive me from my ancestral home, isn't it?
You don't believe in weirdness?
Believe? I've heard tales of the so-called weirdness ever since I was a child. Always coming, never arriving. Just another ghost story they use to control the weak-minded. My grandfather told me how the Camelosians used the same trick 50 years ago, to seize the eastern valleys. Danger coming, we must relocate for safety. And look who owns those fertile lands now. I wasn't born yesterday. This house has stood through worse than some mystical threat they can't even properly describe.
Why don't you leave?
And go where? Wander the roads like some beggar? My family has lived in this town for centuries. I'd rather be crushed beneath the stones my forefathers placed here than abandon them.
Don't you want to survive, rebuild elsewhere?
Survive as what? A nobody scraping by, begging favors. Better to die remembered here than live forgotten out there.
So you live here all alone?
All alone? Not quite. There's one left. A servant. Stays up in that shed on the roof. She doesn't talk much, though. She's probably waiting for me to croak, so she can sell the place for scrap. But she'll be waiting a while. I've outlived better people.
What caused your family's downfall?
My uncle's betrayal is what started it all. He convinced my father to invest the family fortune in a new mining venture in the northern hills. He said the ore will make us wealthier than ever. Ha! The mine flooded, the workers died, and the council demanded reparations that bled us dry. Then the vultures descended. Merchants calling in debts. Neighbors turning their backs. My father died of grief. And I inherited nothing. Leaving already? Well, I suppose that's to be expected. Everyone leaves in the end. Go on, then. Back to your important business. But tell others what you saw here. The last Langford, holding his ground, while the world crumbles.
A visitor. Let me guess. You've been chatting with the last great Langford downstairs? I could hear his booming voice from up here. Always the same stories, the same complaints.
Why do you stay here?
I've served the Langfords since I was a girl. My mother before me, too. When everyone else fled, someone had to remain. Not out of loyalty to him, mind you. Loyalty to what this house once stood for. So, I've heard he told you about the betrayal, the mine, his poor father dying of grief. You want to know what really happened?
Sure.
There was a mine. That much is true. But it wasn't his uncle's idea to dig. It was his. The last great Langford heir, barely 20 and already gambling away the family fortune in Camelot taverns. The mine was his desperate attempt to recover his losses. He ignored all the warnings, water pockets, old miners who refused to work there. He hired desperate folk who didn't know any better. When it collapsed, 27 miners died, and not a single coin was spent on their families until he was forced to pay up. He blames everyone for his family's downfall, except himself.
What about his father?
Sir Senric was a good man. He didn't die of grief. He died trying to make things right. Traveled to every family that lost someone, offering what compensation he could. Worked himself to exhaustion trying to salvage the family name. The night he died, our noble heir downstairs was passed out drunk in the gambling halls of Camelot. Didn't even attend his father's funeral.
And the Camelocians he hates so much?
The Camelocians offered to help. Some lady wanted to pay half of his debts out of respect for his father. The young drunk threw a wine bottle at her and called her a vulture.
He said all the servants drank his cellar dry and vanished.
There were 12 of us left when things got bad. Loyal folk who stayed even when the pay stopped. For months, we used our own savings to keep food on the table. His table, mind you. Then winter came, and the food stores were empty. The old groundskeeper froze to death in his cottage because the Lord needed the firewood for himself. The others left one by one. Only I remained, foolish old woman that I am.
Why do you really stay?
Not for him, for the promises I made to his father. Watch over my son, Lord Senric asked me as he lay dying. He is lost, but perhaps one day he'll find his way. 30 years I've waited for that day. But now, with the weirdness coming, even promises must sometimes be broken.
He doesn't believe the weirdness is real.
He knows it's real. That's the most pitiful part of his charade. Sometimes at night, I hear him at the east window, watching the mists with a spyglass, whimpering like a child. But to admit that it's real would mean admitting the Camelocians are right, and he'd rather die than do that.
Have you seen the weirdness yourself?
Last week, it took the old mill at the edge of town, turned it inside out. Stones became light as paper. Water flowed upward. Whatever you decide to do, don't linger too long. Some ends come whether we're ready or not. I've packed my things. Soon I will leave, with or without him. I fulfilled my promise for long enough.
I can try to convince him to leave with you.
And why would I want to leave with him? I think I've carried this burden for long enough.
Yeah, you should just leave him to his fate.
Perhaps you're right. 30 years is long enough to wait for a man to find his conscience. The Langford line ends with him, one way or another. Listen, in the library, behind the portrait of the First Lady Langford, there's a hidden compartment. Inside is the true family ledger. Not the lies he tells, but the real history of this place. Sir Senric wanted it preserved. If you could take it somewhere, at least some truth would survive. The Langfords weren't always what he turned them into.
If you don't tell her to leave him, then she won't tell you about the portrait and the book. There it is, family ledger. Take it.
Hey! You can't do that!
Yeah, and I'll take your Liliana. As soon as I reach it. Oh, beautiful Liliana and the forbidden pleasure. We shouldn't, Ariana protested. You're my stepsister. Capturing her mouth with hungry urgency. Ariana's body trembled with desire. Her whispered protests giving way to a sensuous moan that filled the room. I'm taking this for...
Do you need something?
evidence, of course. Guess I can take... Oh! Return to the Chamber of Ecstasy. Bending down to retrieve it, she revealed her creamy curves spilling out of her chemise neckline, a sight that caused the servant's cheeks to flush with desire. Okay, last one. Liliana's face and cleavage flushed with embarrassment as she gazed upon the Marquise's invitingly spread petals surrounded by soft bushes. The girl knew very well what was expected of her. Okay, evidence collected.
Please, no trouble. Back so soon? Found nothing worth stealing upstairs, I take it?
Well, I spoke with your servant.
That old crow. Don't believe a word she says. Been addled for years. Probably told you I'm some kind of monster, did she? Always had a talent for dramatic tales.
Your servant is leaving soon. You're truly done.
Leaving? She wouldn't dare. She has nowhere else to go.
I found this letter in your family ledger. Perhaps you should read it yourself.
This can't be. My father would never... He knew. They both knew. About the mine, about everything. And still he paid my debts. Still he protected me. Even as he wrote these words. 27 souls. He wrote the names in the ledger. Every single one. I never read it. Never wanted to see. Very well. Perhaps a temporary relocation is in order. Thank you, stranger. You've shown me a truth I've been hiding from for too long. I owe you for that. I need to find my servant. To apologize. 30 years of loyalty deserves better than what I've given. Here, take this. It's a Langford family ring. Not worth much now. But it once opened doors throughout this island. Perhaps it still might, in the right places.
Thank you. Reduces stamina cost by 20%.
She's gone. She left. I couldn't even apologize. 30 years of patience, and I was still too late. Perhaps I deserve this. To face my new beginning alone.
She saved you. She pointed me to the ledger.
After everything I put her through, even at the end she tried to help me. I have a great deal to make up for. Perhaps starting a new life is the first step. And maybe we'll meet again someday. Thank you for doing all this for me. I'll never forget you.
Awesome. Talbot family. Let's go to hospital.
No need for that, is there? There. You're going to feel better soon. I'm just trying to help you. You'll get better soon, you'll see. Just try to calm down. Calm down. Don't be scared. It's just medicine. It'll help ease your pain before long.
My skin! It's burning! It hurts! It hurts so much! Leave me! Those cursed scales! Don't touch me! Please don't touch me! No! I'm so scared!
Do you need something? Are you in pain? I'll do all I can to help, but I need to warn you that our supplies are quite limited.
I could use something to ease my pain.
Here, take this. I hope it helps. Unfortunately, that's all I can give you. We have to make sure there's enough for everyone in need.
You said our supplies. Is there anyone running this hospital besides you?
Well, actually, the hospital is run by Camelot. I'm just an apprentice to Neonte, the priestess of the All-Mother here in Kunot. But the healer from Camelot is dead, and Neonte spends most of her time at Lord Yvain's manor. So, it seems I'm on my own.
Camelot can't send a different healer?
Camelot treats this place like a field hospital. To them, it's temporary, though I suppose that's their outlook on all of Kunot right now. The legate says Camelot simply can't spare anyone else. According to him, one priestess and her apprentice should suffice. And yet, his soldiers are the ones who are supposed to get priority, even if they only have a blister. I'm required to treat them before a local with a broken leg.
Why won't Niante help you?
Oh, she thinks I have everything well in hand. As if she doesn't notice it, all falling apart. I know I should feel flattered by her trust. But honestly, I'm just exhausted. I'm not even a priestess. The only training I've had is what she's given me. Ever since Lady May fell ill and died, Neonte's barely been here. She just sits by her grave. Truth be told, I'm a bit worried about her. even when she does come by, she seems absent, and I don't even have the time to go check on her.
Must be difficult for you.
It is. It really is. The hospital's barely holding on. Camelot pays us a pittance for treating their soldiers. And the villagers just pay with what they can. But I can't make medicine with eggs and chickens. And even if I could, I don't have the time. Some days, I dream that someone will swoop in and take it all off my hands. Ideally, it would be Niante, but I'm not sure I can count on her anymore. Still, maybe it's worth a try.
Is there any way I can help you?
There is a patient who won't let me treat him. His name's Wilbur, and he's a difficult case. Most of what ails him is just old age. Some days he's clear-headed, but those are becoming fewer and farther between. Lately, he won't let me touch him. He yells at me, claiming I'm keeping him here by force, away from his family. He's even stopped eating and refuses to take his medicine. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know how to help him anymore without scaring him even more.
Why is he so afraid of you?
All of Connacht knows that I was marked by the weirdness. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but some are superstitious. They believe I bring bad luck. When Niante took me in, there were a lot of whispers, though it got better once I started working in the hospital. Weirdness or not, at least they have a healer. But I'm afraid that, in Wilbur's head, I've become some monstrous figure, keeping him prisoner.
Maybe I can help you.
You can try, if you'd like. Maybe he'll trust you more than he trusts me. Just, please, be gentle with him. He's been through enough already.
Have you come to offer aid, or do you stand among the wounded? If so, do not let fear grip your heart. Your time will come. Trust the will of the word, and you shall shine.
Who are you?
I am but an empty vessel, yearning to be filled with the sacred joy of the word. Now I am perfectly blank and naked. Alone, I lie in this cold place, silently watching, patiently waiting. But soon, all shall be perfectly splendid.
You said you're perfectly blank and naked. What does that mean?
I have been marked, a gift given to me so that I may pass it on. Tell me, do you wish to become a hollow shell? An obedient corpse, able to hear the voice of the one who guides us to the final act.
What's the final act?
It is your intimate moment beside the prophet. You will hear the beating of her heart, feel her healing grace, and then you will find peace in the word. At last we shall rest, sister. We will finally rejoice.
Hollow shell? What does that mean?
It is a path, one you will walk, guided by the one who bestowed upon me the grace of hollowness. I have received my task, to wait and pass the gift along.
I'm not sure.
I understand. If you choose to walk this path, know that I shall be here, waiting. Yes? Have you come to receive the gift?
What exactly happened to you?
A handful of Camelot soldiers, myself among them, were chosen for a special mission under the command of the Red Church. The priests sought an artifact, said to be hidden within the toll house at the border. Yet, what we found was far more precious. Blessing and peace. None returned but me. It was then that I received the gift.
The word is a lie, and the Red Priests are criminals. They tortured me.
I've heard the tales of the Red Priests' brutality, and I have witnessed it myself. Their methods are harsh, yes, but tell me, what better way is there to cleanse the flesh, to hollow the body and make room for the word's glory? We are not perfect as we are. We must be bent into the proper shape.
I wish to receive the gift of hollowness.
So it is decided. This brings me great joy, sister. It will take but a moment. You will feel no pain.
He said sister, but the text said brother.
Now, go to the place where I first set foot on this path. There, you will find the one who shall become your shepherd. Soon, you will be reborn.
I don't think he said sister last time when I played this. Nevertheless, I love this quest.
Nice to see you.
You're helping that jailer with the weird face, are you? Might as well throw me in the stocks then. I ain't going down peaceful, that's for sure. I want to go to my family.
What about your family? Or what are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Everyone treats me like some old fool who doesn't know what he's talking about. I can see what everyone around me is plotting. I'll remember all of this. You hear me?
Alay's running hospital, not jail.
To me, this is a prison. And the worst kind at that. Even prisoners of war get better treatment. At least they don't have mutants poking at them. That damn weird spawn girl.
Is there anything I can do to convince you to get the treatment?
I'll only speak to my family. And if you're planning to see them, tell them to come here and knock some sense into that girl. Maybe they will manage to get me out of this place. They should have come a long time ago. Lazy fools, dragging their feet.
What about your family?
They live in the lower district. I'll go to them, but that cursed wench won't let me leave.
Alay said that your family is gone, taken to Island Asylum.
Bollocks. There's been no Red Death since King Arthur's times. I bet she's the one who filled your head with all that nonsense, eh? Don't listen to her. You can tell right away that nothing good comes from her. Good folk don't end up twisted like she is.
You need violence.
Welcome. I am Vessa Meredith Talbot. Please ignore the crates. My husband's doing. He insists on preparing for an evacuation I won't join. 4 generations of my family have lived here. The wordness may take it from me, but I will not abandon it willingly.
Why are you determined to stay in Connacht?
Each generation of my family faced a crisis, and each endured. What message does it send if I'm the first to abandon our legacy?
What about your safety? Your husband seems concerned.
Eadbert has always been cautious, but there are times when caution becomes cowardice. The Menhir still stands. Lord Yvain still searches for solutions. And I've heard that the Menhir responded to you. If such miracles are possible, why surrender before the battle is truly lost?
Do you truly believe Connacht can be saved?
I believe nothing is certain until it occurs. Hope remains while the Menhir stands.
You seem to put a lot of trust in Lord Yvain.
Lord Yvain carries a heavy burden, and he's looking for balance. He's searching for a solution that preserves both our people and heritage. His heart is true. Well, at least that's what I chose to believe.
But isn't decisive action needed now?
Action without wisdom is merely motion. And what's the point in that?
Who are you?
The lost one cannot hear you. She walks again the paths she forsook, wading through familiar darkness. Well met, my friend. Strange to see you beneath these noisy skies. I find I much prefer the quiet depths of the sea.
This has to be the expansion character. Lord of the Seas, we're honored by your presence. What is it you seek?
There is a place in the depths that calls you. A domain both mine and not mine. Lingering on the seabed for centuries. I have a certain fondness for it. I once helped it grow. Yet from the beginning, it has been stagnant. Its beginning was your doing, Arthur. Now that you have returned, help it move at last.
What is it this place you speak of?
It calls itself the Sanctuary of Sarras. That is a name you should remember, my friend. After all, you would not be here without it.
That's the name of the expansion. It appears that righting Arthur's wrongs is duty I can't escape.
Quite so. Though it would do you good to show some respect for your king.
How do we get there?
By descending into the coldest depths of the sea. How else? Do not fear. You will not drown. I will not permit it. But there, my part ends. What follows is yours to shape. I trust you will not keep me waiting too long, my friend.
Speaking backwards, that's cool. Okay. The descent. That's where I have to go. Okay.
Whoa! Put that away! Ah, a visitor. I'm Ebert Talbot, at your service. Pardon the mess, we're packing. The weirdness is drawing near, and I intend to have my family in Borough by week's end. Wait, you must be the stranger everyone's talking about. The one who made the Menhir glow brighter. Just perfect. My wife already refuses to leave, and now your arrival will only fuel her delusions.
Why is your wife determined to stay?
Family legacy, ancestral home, take your pick. Her family has held this estate for generations. My wife can't see reason. She believes Lord Yvain will find a solution. Ha! That man can't decide what to eat for breakfast without a committee.
So you support Camelot's plans?
They're our best hope. And if they take the Menhirs from all across the land and dump them all in Camelot, well, one final sanctuary is better than scattered outposts falling one by one. Will it be crowded? Yes. But I'd rather my family live in discomfort than die in luxury. They know what they're doing. I trust them more than this dying town, and definitely more than our Yvain.
I take it you're not fan of Lord Yvain.
A weak man bearing a great name. His ancestors were a great house. Legends say Palamedes stood firm against Arthur himself. Yvain can barely stand against a stiff breeze.
Have you spoken with Lord Yvain about your concerns?
Multiple times. I've attended every meeting, presented rational arguments, offered to fund transportation for those who cannot afford it. Yvain listens politely, then does absolutely nothing.
Have many others left Connacht already?
The sensible ones have, and now only the stubborn remain. That includes my wife, of course. We should be ready to depart at a moment's notice, yet my wife still refuses to pack a single dress. I won't leave her behind, but I cannot stay and watch the weirdness take everything I love.
Is there anything I can do that might convince you to stay?
Short of the weirdness retreating, no, I don't think so.
What will you do if your wife still refuses to leave?
Then I face an impossible choice. Leave my wife to die, or stay and perish alongside her. I love Vesa with every fiber of my being. I cannot imagine life without her. Perhaps in the final hour, faced with the encroaching fog, she will change her mind.
What if I could convince your wife to leave with you?
You would do that? I'd be most grateful. Vesa respects new voices than my endless nagging. If you could convince her, I would owe you a considerable debt.
Your husband seems genuinely afraid for your safety.
I know. That's what makes this difficult. He trusts what he can see and touch. Gold, contracts. He struggles to believe in possibilities beyond immediate danger. I love him for his caution, but some crises demand we stand firm.
What if he leaves without you?
Eadbert would never abandon me. We've been married 20 years, and he never gave me a reason to think he could do such a thing. Still, I see the fear in his eyes when he looks toward the horizon. The wordness terrifies him in ways I cannot fully understand.
Forcing him to stay is like forcing him to commit suicide. His fear is consuming him.
Gods, when you put it so bluntly, the hollow look in his eyes. It isn't mere caution. It's terror eating him alive. I love this house, but I do love Eadbert more. But the Menhir reacted to you. And you're an outsider. You must have seen the wordness yourself. Tell me, truly, what would you recommend? Should we stay and fight for our heritage, or flee like Eadbert wants to?
The Menhir reaction suggests hope remains, but hope can't protect your husband if there's nothing left of him to protect.
You're right. I've been so fixated on this place that I've ignored what's happening to Eadbert. The hollow look in his eyes grows deeper each day. What good is saving our home if I lose him in the process? I won't be responsible for destroying the man I married. Perhaps it's time I packed my things.
You don't need to do that.
It's light. Calm down. About your wife.
Did you speak with Vesa? Has she finally seen reason?
I convinced her to leave with you. She's packing her things now.
Truly? You've done it? I don't know what to say. You've accomplished in one conversation what I couldn't in a month. How did you manage it? Nope, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we'll be together, safe in Borough. What miracle did you work to change her mind?
It's best if you ask her yourself. You two have much to discuss.
Yes, you're right. This is between us now. Whatever you said clearly worked, but the path forward must be walked together. No more talking through intermediaries. Thank you for giving us this chance. I won't waste it. I promised you a debt, and I intend to honor it. The Talbot family doesn't forget those who help us in our hour of need. Here, this key will open a crate we won't be taking with us.
Please, no trouble. You don't need to do that. Stop that before someone sees!
No one will see.
Please, no trouble.
But please, no trouble.
I don't want any part of this. Stay away or I'll yell for help.
But please, no trouble.
Okay, that should be it.
Whoa, whoa! Put that away!
Unless...
You don't need to do that.
Okay, leaving. the Menhir. Hospital warehouse.
Have some spare food or coin?
I didn't mean to be a bother. I'm really sorry.
Here you go.
Oh, all right. Just, please, don't hurt me. I promise I won't bother you again.
Claim your own cozy corner of Connacht, complete with rustic charm, occasional weirdness seepage, and view of Menhir that's totally not dying. The one-of-a-kind home features creaky floors, a basement that the locals refuse to speak about, and the occasional relocation notice slipped under the door. The perfect choice for a brave soul with flexible long-term plans. 50,000 gold. That statue looks cool, with a castle in the back.
You see all these people? Men hear this, men hear that. The weirdness is coming. The Red Death is raging. Camelot will eat your children. They scream and run around like headless chickens. But in the end, they all kick the bucket just the same. Am I wrong?
No, you got a point.
So, someone here still has their head on straight, eh? And here I thought everyone was living off nothing but fear and foolishness. Oh, but not for us. For us, they're the bloom, eh?
You're wearing an interesting hat.
Interesting? I call it bloody stupid. I traded some noble brat for it. Give him a bow. He said he'd need it when Camelot tries to take the Menhir by force. Poor fool thinks that's what matters. You can't explain it to someone like that. If you think it's stupid, why did you take it, eh? Exactly because it's stupid. One look at it and my face lights up. Life's bloody dumb. We pull serious faces and pretend it's not, while the gods fart on us from above and burst out laughing. So I figured I'd just join in.
What did you do before?
Before I took up smoking full time, I was Yvain's huntsman. Oh, don't look at me like that, it's true. Hunted game every day. Now and then I organised proper ceremonies for the Lord and his court. Oh, you should have seen it. Special garments, dogs, falcons, nobles everywhere. And me in front, leading, teaching. Ha ha! Oh, those were the good days.
So why don't you do it anymore?
The Menhir's weakened. The forest's got less game. And there's more filth crawling out of the weirdness. So Yvain called off the hunts. Too dangerous. That bastard, with those words, he took away the greatest joy I had. So I thought, sod it. And now I sit here and indulge the second greatest joy. As long as you're breathing, you can still smoke or fall in love.
This is my shield, but there's no part of my soul inside. We need to look somewhere else. But I can feel the missing part. Close. Maybe it's the men here. Maybe it needs something from us.
You're not here to talk about the men here, are you? Oh, please say no. I've had my fill of that topic for a lifetime. Oh, there are far more exciting things to chat about. Like treasure hunting, for instance. You got a look about you. I bet you've been to some dangerous places, haven't you? I'm Bonksy, by the way. I'm an adventurer myself. I have a few trinkets to sell from my last expedition. Want to take a look?
What's this talk about Menhir?
Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just passing through. From what I understand, Camelot wants to move it to their place along with the inhabitants, but they prefer to stay. They want to live in one place their whole lives. Can you imagine that?
An adventure, huh? What kind of adventures are we talking about?
Oh, all different kinds. Like the ones where you crawl through damp caves or cold tombs, dodge traps, and hope whatever's growling in the dark isn't hungry.
Sounds like what I spend most of my time doing.
Really? Oh, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You seem a bit young for this life.
Oh, maybe I am. But I manage just fine. And I wouldn't trade this life for anything else. If I had to stay in one place, I'd die of boredom.
Old tombs, so you rob graves?
Oh, I just take old, forgotten trinkets. They're no use for the dead anyway. It's not robbery if nobody's around to miss them. Think of it as giving treasures a second chance to shine.
What was your latest adventure?
A trip to the caves by the bay in the south. The bandits set up a camp there, so I decided to go after their loot. After all, stealing from a thief isn't a crime, right? They were drunk, so I thought I could sneak in and grab the treasure without any trouble. But I guess I underestimated them. They caught on and started chasing me. 4 or 5 of them, I think. I made it to the exit, and then there was a giant ogre on the beach. I barely managed to slip past it, and the bandits backed off.
Quite the stroke of luck.
You bet. Well, crazy stories like that keep happening to me all the time. I usually barely manage to escape with my life. And I owe all my luck to my magical hairpin. I picked it up from a delightful wandering merchant who goes by the name Malachi. He said the hairpin was blessed by the Lady of the Lake herself.
I know Malachi. He certainly is delightful.
Isn't he? Always with that cheeky grin and a tale to tell.
No, he's a scammer. How's business?
Slowly but surely. In Connacht, fewer people than I expected are looking for artifacts, potion ingredients, or adventuring gear, so I'm counting on travellers. Like you. You must be interested in unique enchanted items, right? Oh, of course you are. I've got something, well, peculiar. But it comes with a fascinating story. It's a piece of armour I found on one of my expeditions. A beautiful knightly breastplate with just one tiny flaw. It screams in pain when it's struck. It's kind of funny, but I'm afraid not many people have the sense of humour to wear it. I'll let it go for a mere 200 coins.
Sure, I'll take it.
Wonderful, here it is. Oh, one more thing. This armor came with a letter. I found both in the ancestral tomb of the Gévaudan family. Oh, I'm a little jealous, to be honest. This sounds like the beginning of an exciting adventure. I chased the trail myself, but first, I need to sell off my finds so I can travel light. With a full coin purse, of course.
Always a pleasure.
Good to see you.
Nice, some weapon relics. And these actually work, unlike the ones from the scammer. Raises your athletics proficiency by 20. +1 skill points permanently. 3,000. Don't mind if I do.
Nice to see you. Welcome! I haven't seen you around before, but since you decided to visit, I can tell that you have excellent taste. One day, a friend of mine asked me if her new dress looked good, and I told her, you have excellent taste. She was tickled pink and said, oh, do you really think so? And I said, absolutely. After all, you came to me for advice. Now, let's get down to business. My name is Osmond. If you're in need of a bow or some arrows, I'm here to explain everything and offer you some advice.
You offered advice, why would I listen to you?
No. Good advice is always handy, especially when it comes from someone experienced. And believe me, when it comes to archery, I'm not just an expert. I'm beyond that. In fact, I'd be surprised if you found anyone on Avalon who knows more about it than I do.
Really? What makes you greatest expert on Avalon?
Well, find me someone else who's been doing this for over 40 years. Every aspect of it. Back in '84, I was chosen to represent Connacht in the team archery tournament. And I wasn't even a lick over 18 back then. During one round, we were shooting at targets 100 meters away. The target was the size of a small apple and the wind was blowing from the left. So, I took aim and wham! Right in the middle. Even the captain of the Camelot team jumped up and asked, have you got any more like this one? Maybe the boy would rather shoot for us.
If you're that good, then why haven't I heard of you before?
If you were older, you surely would have heard of me. I could have been the first of Avalon's archers. They almost knighted me. But as it happened, I joined the watch, got married, and... well, that was that. Hey, if only I'd had the common sense back then that I have now.
What can you tell me about Connacht?
About Connacht? What do you want to know?
Tell me about relocation to Camelot.
There's not much to say. They told us the Menhir's gone out, and now they want to move us along with it, but the way they're handling it, they've been here for weeks. If I were in charge of the Camelot troops, we'd have been done in 3 days.
Tell me about Lord Yvain.
He's a good man, but that woman of his, oh, mother preserve me. She once set herself on fire along with half the mansion. Yvain nearly lost his life trying to save her. Honestly, I'd have just let her burn. She wants to go up in smoke, be my guest. It's a shame about the mansion, though.
Tell me about yourself.
I was born here, and I've been shooting a bow ever since I was a wee lad. Even as a nipper, I had better aim than boys 5 years older than me. Around 81 or 82, I remember being allowed to practice with the adults, even though I was only 14 or so. One time, our master, we called him Uncle, gathered us in a meadow. He said, "Lads, we're gonna have a contest. Whoever shoots the farthest gets a honeyed apple and a beer from me." They were shooting and shooting, but I just took one glance, aimed, and whoosh. My arrow flew half again as far as their farthest shot. 300 meters, easily. So they turned to me and went, "Come on, Osmond, we can't compete with you. You always win." "Osmond, you always win." That's what they said.
Uh-huh.
I could have joined Camelot's army. With my aim, they would have made me one of the royal archers. But leaving was tough, especially since the girls here love to watch me shoot. They'd squeal with delight every time. And in Camelot, during a war, who knows what might have happened, so I decided to stay in Connacht and join the Watch.
Uh-huh.
In the Watch, I taught others to shoot. Some of them loved those lessons so much they kept practicing even after sunset. So I'd ask them, "What are you doing here? You can't even see the target." And they'd reply, "Oh, but the lessons with you are just too short, and we're really excited about archery." I kept participating in tournaments. People often bet against me, claiming I couldn't hit a bird in flight or a birch as thin as 2 fingers. I usually came out on top, earning a decent amount of money. But somehow it all just vanished over time. Then I quit the Watch and began trading in top quality bows and arrows. That's all there is to know about me. Oh, and I have an adult daughter, but I'm not sure if she's still around. She left Connacht and we lost touch.
Do you have any gossip?
Gossip is for women and innkeepers. You should see Morag for that. She's both. She's a good one. About 3 years ago, I helped her fix her roof because her husband had died, and there was no one else to do it. She still mentions it. "Osmond, you fixed that roof better than any roofer could." She tells me that every time she sees me.
Art of making arrows, titanium and meteorite.
Leaving already? And we were having such a good time. See you later. Hello again. What do you need today?
Do you know of any work?
As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I've written a letter to Lord Yvain, a few suggestions on how, in my view, he ought to handle this whole business with Camelot. Figured he could use a bit of advice from someone with strategic sense, a head for negotiation, and a touch of military experience. Would you take it to him? You've got younger legs, and I'd rather not leave my stall unattended. I'll give you a few coins for your trouble.
All right.
Brilliant. Here you go. Just don't lose it. I've only got the one copy, and I've no mind to write it all out again.
You doing okay?
Menhir's Vault. My storage. Okay, put everything I don't use.
Oh, hello there. Elixirs, powders, ointments, got something for wounds, poisons, something to keep you on your feet through the night and help you survive the cold. And all of it made by my own hands, with science. No tricks, no vile spells.
Vile spells?
Yes, all magic is a scam, an illusion that pretends to give you something but always takes more in return. My elixirs work because they're based on knowledge and experience, not some fickle power from another world. Anyway, go ahead and read my anti-magic manifesto. I've laid it all out, why the magical plague must be wiped from Avalon.
He dislikes magic so much that he's even selling the anti-mage set. Full inhibits your mana regen. Increases mana shield. Receiving magical damage restores 30% of stamina. Dealing damage to enemies that use magic restores 50% of it as mana. Increases all damage you deal by 15%. This effect is double against enemies that use magic. Receiving magical damage restores all of your optimal dashes.
Hello there! Looking for solid, affordable gear? You've come to the right place. Ah, but where are my manners? I'm Alwyn, and you, my dear stranger, look like you're in dire need of a resupply.
You seem very chipper.
Well, the men here doesn't seem to be on the verge of dying anymore, and with the Camelosians around, business is booming. The longer they stick around with nothing to spend their coin on but our stalls, the better for us. It's a bit of a shame I'll have to delay visiting my brother at the Horns of the South, but he'll understand. He always says he can't leave his stall for even a single day.
Weird lantern. Osmond's house.
Help a soul out on your job.
There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. And there will never be anything.
Everything all right?
Look around you. Everything you see doesn't exist. We're not here. And the real Lord, the four-armed king, is lost forever. It's just greedy, deceitful lords everywhere. False kings. There is no king. Sagramore wanted too much. And Vane, he doesn't even know what he wants. Nothing. There's just nothing.
Sagramore? What are you talking about?
I've seen his cursed kingdom. I've seen it haunt my endless nightmares. A kingdom now forgotten by all. An aberration that should never have existed. I saw it. He made them kneel and cry his name. Sagramore! Sagramore! Sagramore!
Yvain, are you talking about present Lord of Connacht?
Present, but absent. Always absent. Always uncertain. Kunark is doomed, as is Yvain's entire bloodline.
Here are some gold coins.
Gold. Ah, yes. Gold. The true nothingness.
Buddy. Alwyn's house. Hospital. Okay.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Yeah? Ah, yes. Yes, now I remember. I remember it all. On the 14th day of the month of Oak, a procession dressed in red passed through. They dragged people from their homes. Eventually they came for us as well. Me and my Brianna, our possessions. They took everything, took it all for themselves. Now I have nothing left. I'm just a poor man. Please, save me. Please.
What are you talking about?
Back then I lived in the borough, near Camelot, you see. I was there when the priests came with a crowd of penitents, dressed in robes made of parchment laden with the word. The priests cracked their holy whips and delivered fiery speeches. No more Red Death, no more suffering.
Were you infected?
No, but I was cured nonetheless. I gave up everything for the cure. I gave up Brianna and all my possessions. I had to cleanse myself. Yes, now I am pure. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, now I am pure. Can you see? Can you see?
Here are some coins.
Thank you. Thank you. May the word of the prophet guide you.
Always a pleasure to see you. Catch you later, yeah? Don't go getting into trouble without me.
Bonksy's house.
Stop that right now.
The Boonies family house. It's like some training ground to jump and fall down here.
Nice to see you.
The Menhir. What do you think happened?
I have no idea. The Menhirs were Merlin and Nimue's domain. I was mostly just relieved they worked. Although I've always felt an odd sense of familiarity with them. I think they reacted to the power we now wield. The Four-Dweller element within us. But why and how? That's beyond even my understanding. But tell me, are you well? You were unconscious for a while.
You don't know?
I'm not inside your mind. I can watch, and sometimes I can help, but nothing more than that. Your feelings, your pain, they're yours alone. I cannot take them from you, nor shield you from them. Throughout my life, I've rarely been idle. This helplessness feels unsettling at times.
I'm fine, no need to worry.
Good. That's good. You're admirably resilient. You remind me of some of my knights. The ones who helped me to build Avalon. Never surrendering, never backing down. We may not have chosen each other's company, but I'm glad it's you I ended up traveling with.
What do you think of Lord Yvain?
Well, the apple has fallen far from the tree. I don't see the heir of Palamedes in him. His ancestor was a ruler devoted to his people. He was even capable of defying me when the situation called for it. I always respected him for that. And Yvain, I see a man trying to please everyone. That is the gravest sin a leader can commit. Decisions are never easy, but they must be made. I see that the current Lord is trying to delay that moment, and I fear it's his people who will suffer most because of his indecision. I know much time has passed. I just hope Palamedes' bloodline wasn't diluted by the carelessness of one of Yvain's foremothers.
Oh! Liliana! She also sells a couple of Liliana books. Look at this one. Beautiful Liliana in the Dalriata captivity. I want to read it, not steal it.
Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start.
What do you mean? You mean people were doing more than just reading here?
Aye. Look, I don't begrudge anybody their reading habits. Each to their own. But some things should be kept private.
So are you Dalriata?
Aye. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that. So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all.
Isn't that quite a rare sight?
Perhaps it is. But you'd think that so-called civilized people would accept it with more grace. Hearing the same crude comments over and over again makes me feel like I've never left the training grounds. Then there are the braver ones who tell me I'm not welcome here. Hell, it's just like talking to my sister. They all have more in common than they think, although mostly it's just prejudice.
Sounds like there's no love lost between you and your tribe.
They're no bad. I know it might sound like I was some poor, misunderstood girl with unusual interests, but that wasn't the case. I was a rightful member of the tribe, and believe me, I didn't get my name for nothing. My father made sure of it. I just wasn't my sister. Funnily enough, she was the one who saw it as a problem. Vran believed that my lackey ambition to be the top Volker warrior somehow made her look bad. Every time I went to the temple to read in peace, she was on my ass about it. Until one day, she yelled at me to either step up or get the hell out of her tribe. You can guess the rest.
I've met Vran.
Oh, great. How's she doing? Still on her path to becoming the pinnacle of tribal perfection?
She's dead, I'm sorry. Nah, she joined One Eye.
Of course she did. It doesn't surprise me that she decided to join a fanatic. Though it is amusing that she chose one capable of using compound sentences. She never believed in the power of words. But perhaps that's exactly why she ended up following a man who fed her beautiful lies.
Does that mean you're nameless now?
I am no sure. When they decide to kick you out and take your name, they make a whole ceremony of it. But I left pretty much the moment my sister stopped yelling. You don't have to be there for it though. Vran might have been pissed off enough to go through with it. So, maybe. I don't really care. I'm not going to stop using my name just because my little sister told me to.
How did you end up in Connacht?
This shop belonged to my late husband. We met on the road. I was a mercenary hired to protect the caravan. He was a fine older gentleman, fascinated with a Del Rita lass who shared his love for books. It was a lethal combination for my poor heart. We didn't get near enough years together, but we were happy. We didn't have much family left, and they couldn't care less about this place, so he left it all to me.
Then why stay here?
Well, I can't just take the shop and hitch it to a cart, can I? Although I suppose that might be more or less what I need today. I didn't hate living here, you know. It was fine when my husband was still alive. I even thought people were starting to warm up to me. And then he died, and the respect died with him. And then Camelot arrived. Everything just went downhill for there.
Do you happen to have a dictionary?
A dictionary? That's not exactly a hot item in Connacht. Most folk around here would ask for something light to read before bed. But you're in luck. I had one gathering dust probably since I first got here. What do you need it for? Studying? Writing fancy letters? Sorry. It's just such an unusual request. I can't help being curious.
I'm teaching a I'm teaching a red cap to read.
Alright, I get it. You don't want to say. That's fair enough. I was just curious, that's all.
I'm serious. I know an intelligent red cap who wants to learn to read.
You're no joking, are you? A red cap? Keener to learn than most of my customers in every Del Rita I've ever met. You know what? Take it as a gift. Nobody else was going to want it anyway. and I'm happy to know it'll actually be put to some use.
Aw, that's cool. Ooh, beautiful Liliana and the forbidden pleasure. I'll buy one. Another Liliana. Ooh, another Liliana. Another Liliana. Oh my god. Secret Societies of Avalon, the Stone Wardens. Sure, I'll take that. Recipe. Nah, only Liliana. Here we go. Stone Wardens. Liliana in Dalriata captivity. Oh my. Oh my dear, she purred. There is ever so much I require. Okay, Chamber of Ecstasy. Okay, we read this. A tall, muscular giant turned around. Liliana's breath caught in her throat. She gazed at him in awe, taking in every inch of his magnificent form. Her eyes were immediately drawn to his weapon, a club unlike any she had ever seen before. It is massive, with a taut, blazing red head mounted on a long, swollen, imposing handle.
Before you ask, no. I do not have any books personally signed by Merlin, nor will I fake his signature.
Why not?
Well, I'm glad someone here is interested in my books. See you next time.
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Normally I'd be in a tavern, but, well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is the only place where I can read and work in peace.
Who are you?
Oh, of course, my apologies. I'm Imran. My thoughts tend to drift far from the present. I'm a scholar of sorts, though not the kind that hides behind walls of parchment. My calling is to seek out traces of what was lost, ruins, relics, anything older than old. And yes, I'm a Pict. Not many of us wander these lands, I know. Staying in one place isn't exactly in my nature, so I travel, I learn, I dig through the bones of the world hoping to find something more ancient than mankind.
What are you working on right now?
If you're asking out of politeness, let's just leave it at this. I thank you for your interest, but I won't give an answer. Trust me, I could talk the hind leg off a donkey. No need to waste time on such things.
I'm actually curious.
Wow, that's really... kind of you. So, thanks to Varel's generosity, I managed to get my hands on a certain book. Well, once a book. Now it's just a pile of loose pages. However, these are some truly fascinating loose pages. They're the writings of a Dalariata scribe from nearly 6 centuries ago. Incredible, right? But what's even more astonishing is the content. This man describes encounters with people who knew nothing of King Arthur or the homelands. Nothing at all. Do you understand what that suggests?
No, please continue.
I'll tell you. It's so exciting. I suspect Avalon may have already been inhabited by a race similar to us, long before our arrival. I've traveled across much of the island, and I've come across some mentions of the people of Farpoint, a place far in the northernmost reaches of Avalon. Few have ever ventured there.
What would those people of Farpoint be doing in the south?
Perhaps the weirdness started to gather and ruin their crops, or made hunting more dangerous. Or maybe it was some sort of conflict that forced them to seek a new place on the island. Or perhaps they simply had a nomadic spirit. It's hard to say with the scraps of information I've managed to gather so far.
What about the weirdness enshrouding the entire island?
And so, my friend, here we are, staring down the question, or rather the flood of questions that wouldn't leave me alone. Many Picts I've known have prolonged contact with the weirdness. I thought it was just them, a bunch of lunatics, who first dared to embrace that strange force. And what if it was the first men who knew how to live alongside the weirdness? And think about it. If we could uncover how they did it, the possibilities would be endless. It could change everything.
So what are you planning to do now?
For now, I'm trying to pull together more valuable information from these writings. But honestly, I feel like I'm hitting a wall. I won't uncover anything new just sitting here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck here for the time being. I got injured on my way to Connacht, and I'm not quite back to my full strength yet.
What about your injury?
Oh, don't worry about that, really. It's more of a, let's call it an occupational hazard rather than an actual ailment. I have to give myself some time and everything will settle back into place. I'll be as fit as a fiddle, or whatever it is you say here. Yes, something like that.
Where do you want to go?
The Grotto of First Men. That tribal scribe detailed where it should be located. And I'm assuming you're asking for a reason, aren't you? I'd love to go there myself, but this is a matter of some importance to me. I don't want to wait for this one. So, if you're one of those bold souls who take such ventures, I'd be more than willing to entrust this task to you.
Sure, I'll find the grotto.
Truly excellent. I'm deeply obliged, my friend. Here are the notes. They should guide you to the location. Return swiftly and, more importantly, safely. I'll eagerly be awaiting your return.
You mentioned you were looking for lost places. Is there anywhere like that around here?
I once heard a legend of a mysterious chapel that appears only to those it chooses. Many adventurers have gone to seek it, but I've never heard of anyone returning to tell the tale. Some say it holds a sacred spring that cures all ailments. Others say it is a passage to the very bottom of the sea, the domain of the Lord of the Seas himself. But I've never found any proof of either claim.
Do you know anything about the situation in Connacht?
The place seems to attract trouble. Not a good place, then. I'd run out of breath listing all the things that plague this place. And I haven't even been here that long. Of all the misfortunes these poor people are facing, I'd wager the men here is the gravest of them. The Red Death, troubling as it is, seems manageable, at least with the intervention of the priests. But the weirdness, shoot. If the men here goes out, these people will face a far greater peril than any sickness or human form of conflict.
What can you tell me about Varel?
I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Connacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage. But Varel, she's different. and I admire her work that she even bothers to do it. Sometimes it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world. Try not to get eaten by something weird out there.
Spare a coin for the hungry. Spare a coin for the hungry.
Look who we have here.
I am an outcast, exiled from my home by the Red Death. My struggle continues on the holy island of Avalon. When you hear the word, follow it. Set an example for other outcasts, with your faith and with your testimony. The word is our only chance to rid ourselves of the plague's taint. And if the word commands you to kill your brothers for spreading heresy, do so, for such is his way. If the word commands you to besmirch your father's name, do so and discard your sullied self, for such is your way.
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
Craftsman's Row. And she went away.
Oi, you! You're new here, aren't you? I don't think I've seen you around before.
Is something wrong?
Ah, no, sorry. It's just that we don't see many new faces around here. Just us and the locals and, well, if you haven't noticed yet, they're not the friendliest bunch.
They seem friendly enough to me.
Do they? Then maybe we're all just sick of looking at each other. I'm sure they're not all bad. This must all be quite hard for them. But it's not like I want to be here either. I've got a pregnant wife waiting for me at home, and they won't even let me buy a book for her.
A book?
Yeah, about birthing and labour and whatnot. It's going to be our first, you see, so my wife's worried sick. I wanted to send it to her to ease her mind, you know?
But that Dalrita wench chased me out of her bookshop and won't let me back in.
Dalriata owns a bookshop here?
I know, right? And here I thought I'd seen everything. I was sure they didn't even know how to read. Anyway, Vrel seems to hate my guts.
Why were you chased out?
Because she hates Camelotians. Why else? I mean, I know the folks ain't exactly happy about us being here, but Vrel? She's Dalrita. They're taught to hate us from birth. That's all there is to it.
Let me guess. You want me to buy the book for you?
Well, could you? I'd be really grateful. Just don't tell her it's for me. She won't sell it to you otherwise. Please, I'll pay you back. I'll even throw in something extra. Please, for my wife.
I'll think about it.
Great. That's great. I'll be waiting right here.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Oh yeah, the guy from the hospital, Ignatius. He gave me a debuff. Hollow shell. Waiting to be filled with a sacred joy. It will disappear once I do a quest.
Welcome back. Thanks.
Okay, no dialogue.
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Oh, it's you again. You didn't answer my question before. You're not from Kuanacht, are you?
Alright, I'll buy your book.
Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver.
Delicate matter.
Have some spare food or coin?
Before you ask, no.
I'm looking for a book about pregnancy and labor.
Oh, expecting a wee one? Congratulations. Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Kuanacht for as long as I've lived here.
Actually, it's not for me, but for a soldier named Rigby.
Oh, is it now? Well, well, well. And why can't he come home and buy it himself?
He said you chased him off because you hate Camelotians.
Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly, dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his pure wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Deal?
Deal.
Ha! Pleasure doing business with you. I hope his wife won't go easy on him. I hope you've found a new favourite book. Enjoy your time with it.
Have some spare food or coin?
Hi. Have you had a chance to drop by the bookshop yet?
Here it is.
Oh, thank you. I knew I could count on you. I hope it'll put my wife's mind at ease. Here's your money, and a little extra. You've done a good deed.
Bounty.
Haven't seen your face around here before. A visitor, eh? Try to stay out of trouble. I'd rather not have to put your name on the bounty board.
So you're the quartermaster here?
No, that'd be Sheena. I keep this camp running and make sure everyone's pulling their weight. Idle hands have no place in Camelot's army, especially not on a mission like this. Trouble is, we've got more work than men. So if you're looking to earn some coin, check the notice board. I've posted a few bounties. I can't spare any soldiers to deal with things outside of Kuanacht, but I'll be damned if I let those bandit scum run loose.
What does Sheena do?
I handle what makes soldiers fight. Sheena handles what keeps them comfortable. You want glory and gold? See me. You want a softer pillow or a warm meal? That's Sheena's domain.
Who do you work for?
Legate Denham is in charge here. Sometimes I wonder if he upset someone higher up to get sent on this mission, because this place, it's a damn mess. Lord Yvain's acting like a maiden on her wedding night, the Red Priests are throwing their weight around, and the locals are ignoring the fact that they're all about to be swallowed by the weirdness. I have no idea how the legate puts up with it all. But, well, at least he's got me to make sure his orders are carried out.
Tell me something about yourself.
I'm Immunis Askell. If you're here for war stories, forget it. I've no time to entertain idle curiosity. Most of the fighting's behind me now. I've traded my sword for paperwork. Not glamorous, but necessary. Once we're done here, maybe I'll finally retire. Then I'll have all the time in the world to spin tales for nosy brats like you.
About the bounties you've posted.
Yes?
I want to claim a bounty.
You managed to catch Lame Lorcan. Well done. I didn't know him personally, but he used to be a scout in Camelot's army. One day, he went on a mission and returned with a nasty wound above his knee. Supposedly, a weird beast got him, but he managed to kill it and drag himself back to camp. After that, he started to change, becoming more and more aggressive. Eventually, he began shooting people with his bow for no reason. He was hiding in the area, occasionally attacking people. And if it weren't for you, he'd still be doing it. Thank you. Here's your reward. Hey, care to humor an old soldier with a friendly spar? These bones could use some warming up.
Sure.
That's the spirit. Let's see if I've still got some fight left in me.
Sure about that?
Damn it all, that was pathetic. 2 strikes and I'm on my ass. What happened to me? I used to be a force to be reckoned with. Now I'm just an old fool, shuffling papers and barking orders.
Practice makes perfect. Maybe some exercise will help?
Exercise? I don't have time for that. I'll be in the grave before I see results. No, I need something faster, something stronger.
You mean magic?
Exactly. You're quick. I'll give you that. There are potions, elixirs, things out there that can bring back the strength I've lost. I need one of those. Not some quack remedy, mind you. Something real. Something powerful.
Do you know who might have such a potion?
If I knew, I'd have fetched it myself. But there's talk of alchemists in the region who dabble in such things. And if anyone's got the gall to brave the wilds for it, it's you. I've also heard about some powerful stuff from the Dalrieta tribes. Trust me, I'm not a fan of those folks. But if it works as they say it does, I'll take it.
I'll see what I can find.
Good. You'll be paid, of course. Just bring it quick, all right? The idea of sitting around like this for another day is unbearable.
I'll await your return.
Old bones, new fire.